I wanted to be in the wrestling ring, but not as a wrestler. I just wanted to see what it's like. I remember even going to training schools years ago and like just feeling what the ropes feel like. You just like bouncing off the ropes.
Yeah.
I don't know if I still get a thrill when I see a wrestling ring just set up.
Oh, that's cool.
I walk into a building, I'm like, there it is.
Yeah.
There's a wrestling ring. And you've been in so many, maybe you don't get that like buzz anymore.
I don't, but I totally see what you're saying. Like that's where the painting happens, man. That's the canvas.
It's hallowed ground.
Yeah, it is. It is. And it's I love that you said that too, because I think it shows that you respect that hallowed ground, right?
Yeah.
And that's where the magic happens. That's where, that is where people are creating amazing art. It's also where someone could die.
Yeah.
That's if the job isn't done right.
Right.
It's very, very important.
Yeah.
Space.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay.
So I started going to wrestling school, Off the Ropes studio in Kitchener, to learn basically what to do in a wrestling ring.
Yep.
And of course, it starts with, well, you have to know the basics of just like rolling and bumping. You have to at least have a sense of what we're going through.
Yeah.
And so I've done some of the calisthenics, some of the rolling, some of the bumping. I'm not very good at it. I'm not very courageous because I've hit my head before and been concussed before, just in real life, falling on the ice, and I'm so afraid of bumping that I think referee is the right place for me because if you're going down, you're going to your knees, not your back.
Yep.
And I've realized, boy, it's hard work. Wrestling is hard, and as much as I love the fun, happy, joyful aspect of wrestling, I've noticed I've refereed about, I think, 4 or 5 matches now.
Okay.
And when I'm in there, I'm feeling it. Like, it's real. You better listen to my rules and don't pull the hair and damn it, get off the ropes. And you got to, and I'm into it.
Yeah, you're plugged in,
it's
man.
intense.
You're dropped in. Yeah.
Do you get like carried away in the moment?
But that's when I really started to see success in wrestling, when I could get myself to that.
Right.
And I'm no longer playing a character. I'm just being that person. Yeah, and if you can get yourself to that, that's the trick, and that's one of the things I tell young wrestlers is like, oh, the reason you're not connecting to the crowd, or you didn't do so well tonight, and you didn't get the reaction, is I can tell you're just playing.
Yeah,
you're doing wrestler cosplay.
Yeah,
you have to be that guy.
Yeah,
so if this character that you've decided to be, you can't be them authentically, then you got to come up with something different. Yeah, so that's actually a really important thing, and I think there's a life lesson in that too. Yeah. Like if you are in a job that you feel like you can't be yourself in, maybe consider switching jobs.
Right.
Or why am I not being my authentic self here? And can I be my authentic self in this situation? And if I can't, I think in any situation, if you can't be authentic in it, you should question either the thing you're doing or yourself and whether or not you should be involved in it or not. So that's interesting that you're able to do that so fast and quickly, and just feel it. That's good. That's a good thing.
Yeah. Well, I did a bunch of training matches in the gym in front of nobody and realized that I was doing all sorts of things wrong that you don't think about when you're a wrestling fan.
Of course.
You don't think about your body positioning in relation to the camera, especially, ideally, nobody thinks about the ref at all. And that's fun too. I'm 6'3". I'm kind of conspicuous. But I don't want to be the focus of attention at all until the split second that I do. So I'm trying to stay as low as possible. I'm trying to anticipate where the wrestlers are going 2 moves ahead so I can be anywhere they're not going to be.
Yep.
And man, did I not realize how hard physically just running around that ring, getting up, getting down, getting up, getting down, counting the 3, and the nerves of being in front of a crowd. Suddenly your sweat glands are just on overdrive.
Yeah.
And
so we talked at the very beginning of our conversation about your love of magic. Did this, now you're part of the magic trick.
Yeah.
And are you starting to realize, oh my gosh, like you are now the equivalent of the lady that gets sawed in half. If you don't have the lady get sawed in half, then the trick can't happen. And a lot of the magic that's done in a wrestling ring is done through the referee and with the use of the referee.
So it's funny. Once I started this project which people can find at therefmovie.com.
Yes.
Sorry,
I'm going to put that in the show notes. I'm going to say it in my outro of the show, and we're going to say it at least 2 or 3 more times in this conversation.
What, we're going to say therefmovie.com?
I think we should probably say therefmovie.com.
How should we pronounce it? Therefmovie.com?
Or no, therefmovie.com.
I like it. Okay. Where were we? Before we were plugging the refmovie.com.
Oh, I was talking about magic. And
right, magic.
The lady sudden half.
Yeah, so I didn't fully realize, that's not true. I didn't even come close to realizing the role of the referee until I started doing this, and now I'm obsessively watching the referee. Oh, cool. I watch matches on YouTube where I'm only watching the referee. And what you described earlier, especially an indie show, where the wrestlers only have a few seconds in their entrance to set the tone for what their character is going to be. And the referee has to reinforce those characters. So I'm getting increasingly frustrated with the rule breakers but trying not to give any favoritism to the face, because what I've learned, even though we're part of the act, my job is to be a referee, to enforce the rules. And it's not an act. I have to remember what the rules are and know how they're enforced. And damn it, if you don't break by 5, I'm gonna disqualify. My last match I refereed, I got to disqualify someone for not rope breaking. I was like, this is power. I told her to stop. She didn't stop, and I disqualified her. Of course, that was part of the plan, but it still felt, the whole thing feels more